The two-state solution is actually a precursor for the final solution. And once the nations of the earth do this, God says that's enough. The irrational hatred of the physical descendants of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, we know prophetically that that type of thing would not decrease, but it would increase or experience a tremendous uptick as we get closer and closer to the end times drama. And notice what Joel predicted in Joel chapter 3 and verse 2. He says, I will gather all the nations and bring them down to the valley of Jehoshaphat. Then I will enter into judgment with them there on behalf of my people and my inheritance, Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations. And watch this now. And they have divided my land.
As time goes on, I think society is getting weaker and sicker and maybe in some ways dumber.
Notice, first of all, it's God's land. God is the one that bequeathed that territory to the nation of Israel in the Abrahamic covenant, going all the way back to Genesis 15, verses 18 through 21. And notice that the nations would try to divide that land in the last days. And once they seek to do this, God essentially says that's enough, and God is triggered at that point.
There is just a gigantic problem with society in that the world's getting worse and worse and worse and worse and worse, and that's one of the reasons why I'm premillennial.
We like to use this graphic here, connecting Revelation 12 to anti-Semitism. It's one of the few sections of Scripture that pull back the curtain, pull back the veil, allow us to see into the invisible spiritual realm and show us Satan's hatred for the woman who is clothed with the sun and the moon and the 12 stars, which is a reference to the nation of Israel. In the second half of the tribulation period, he tries to destroy Israel because he knows the kingdom is going to come through Israel. God has obligated himself to bless the world through Israel. Satan doesn't want to relinquish his own kingdom over the earth, which he's had ever since Genesis 3. So he goes down with great wrath, the Greek is orge, trying to destroy Israel. So that's one of many passages we can point to talking about how as we get closer to the end of the age, this irrational hatred for the physical descendants of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob will accelerate. And we see that anti-Semitism accelerating dramatically.